Welcome to Extra presented by VDG Sports. I'm your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter. Very censored. Noobs, thank you for giving me opportunity. Thank you for giving me a chance. I was going to go a different direction, but then I got in a G-Rod. I was in a G-Rod. I was singing, I was dancing, I was making my chest pop, and it was just way too hardcore tunes for me to go where I initially wanted to go. But I ended up and I got to thinking, it's like jealous or being jealous. I try to put myself in other people's shoes. I try to get a broad understanding of just about any and everything. I can't grasp or place my finger on the whole jealousy thing or being jealous. And I'm not saying that there hasn't been jealous occasions or jealous moments or things that come off like it's being jealous with me. I can't say that, but I can't say that there isn't a jealous bone in my body. Bone and body, jealous. He. Regs, we back at it again. Regs, we do what we do. Regs, this feels like every single day. But it ain't every single day. It just feels that way because we got this special, unique bond that we share. Sharing is caring with some things. Got to start putting that caveat in because you take it too far. You take it too far sometime. But it ain't you, Regs. It's everyone else because we understand each other. One day, one moment in time, 1 century, 1 decade, 1 month, 1 week. Somebody's going to come up with the call list. And when they do, we're going to retroactively say, this is what it always been. This is what it always will be. It is what it is until then. It's Manny being Manny. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And the whole thing with jealousy, I started to go back and think, and this wasn't something that kept me up at night. I was already up, so the whole thinking wasn't an issue. The whole thinking wasn't a problem because I was already up, so it didn't keep me up. It didn't prevent me from going to sleep. I was actually not sleeping anyway, so it just helped. It just helped out a little bit. It was relaxing. It was smoothing. It was calming. It was like I was not in my happy place, not doing my money man dance, not doing my happy dance either. But it was just putting me in a zero state, a zero phase, just contemplating and thinking about jealous and jealousy and when was, if ever have I been jealous. I can't really recall an incident or really recall a moment because I just don't get down that way. I don't see life in those terms or life in that way because I want to see everyone try to be the best version of themselves or to constantly or consistently improve. And so when they are improving or when they are striving for greatness or being the best version of themselves, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel proud in a way. It makes me feel emotional in emotions, but not the jealous kind or not the kinds like, how did you get here? Why are you here? I should be there. I should be doing that. I should be in that spot. I should be in that place. No. And I don't measure myself up against other people. I let other people do that for me. I measure myself up against myself. So if I'm the best version of myself or becoming the best version of myself and it measures up with someone else, so be it. If it doesn't, so be it. That's not for me to judge and that's not for me to do. Even though it happens, it is what it is. And I guess with that mind state and that way of thinking, I can see why it's hard for me to just come off and just be jealous of someone else's greatness or be jealous of someone doing something that I thought I could do or something that I wish I could have done. Like, I don't go back and I don't review and I don't see all of my friends who made it as doctors. I'm not jealous of them. No, 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 no. I'm not jealous of them because I got out for reasons stated on multiple historical documents that you can go back and check. And just because I got out or just because I didn't do it, I don't hold a grudge or I don't feel some kind of way. I'm not off of my feelings because people who I went to school with and pre-med and all that other jazz made it and did something that I didn't do or something that I chose not to do. I don't view that as I should be there, or I don't see that as that should have been me, or it could have been me, or all of the other negative connotations or all of the negative energy that could be put in that spot. I look back and I'm proud. I'm happy for them. I'm happy that some peeps stuck it through regardless of all of the turmoil and all of the other things and the reasons why I didn't stick it through and they stuck it through and made it. I'm happy that they chose that. I'm happy that they made it. I'm ecstatic. There isn't any ill will. There isn't any negativity. There wasn't any, I hope they fail. That's just not how I'm built. That's just not how I operate. That's just not how I compute things or analyze things. Or that's just too negative. That's not where I live. There's not enough time in a day for me to just focus on other people and things that they accomplish and their accomplishments and comparing it to my failures or comparing it to things that I did not do. It's not enough hours in a day for me to go that route and do that because I'm always constantly focusing on the next thing or constantly focusing on how I can get better, constantly focusing on how I can improve. If I fail, if I make a misstep, I take that as a learning lesson. I utilize that in making better decisions moving forward. So I just don't operate in that jealousy space. And once again, I'm happy for peeps and people when they succeed and they do better things or they become the best version of themselves. If anything, I come off as being a little too critical because I am using sometimes the same standards that I apply to myself to other people. And I have to sometimes be reminded that, hey, just because this is how you are, or just because this is how you operate, doesn't mean that I want to live my life and operate like that as well. I have that problem. I have that issue where my good intentions come across as bad. My good intentions come across as being nitpicky. My good intentions coming off as being fussy. And I have to sometime roll back my good intentions, or at least give my good intentions some thought, whether it is the time and the place. And if this person is truly asking for my help or truly want my advice or truly listening to begin with to what I have to say. And even people who do ask for my advice and ask me for my opinion or the way I see a situation, most of the time they don't even accept or don't even acknowledge or don't even utilize the information that I've given them that they asked for. So it's a double-edged. Well, it's not even a double-edged sword. It is them are the breaks. Those are the breaks. I fall more in that category than the jealous category. I fall in the maybe over helping or too critical or having or wanting somebody to live up to higher expectations that I envision that I see for them, but they don't see for themselves. And I have to pull back that way. So if I'm constantly thinking somebody can be better, or constantly thinking that somebody can improve, or constantly thinking that, wow, so much potential that's untapped, how can that lead to not wanting that person to succeed, or being upset or angry or some kind of emotional that that person hasn't succeeded? The two are opposite. The two are incongruent. The two just don't live in the same world. And that's why I say I try to put myself in everybody's position. I try to understand different emotions and different feelings. I try to get a whole picture with most information as possible so I can think and so I can utilize my intuition and gut feeling of how somebody get to the decision that they make or the conclusion that they make, depending on how it affects me and my world, or if it's just something there that's right staring you right in the face that you have to address and that you can't avoid. It's not something that I just go around doing willy-nilly, or just go around doing because I'm bored, or just go around doing because it's fun. No. I ain't got no time for that. I'm too busy trying to be the best version or be better and striving for greatness or striving for the better version of me to just always want to place or put myself in other people's position. But I understand that there's a certain level that's needed, because if you don't have empathy, or if you can't understand why somebody in those shoes that you can't wear act the way they do, then you just become indifferent and you just don't view them as you are, like human, or a human being with emotions and pros and cons and good sides and bad sides, and just being a well-rounded or just a rounded individual. This is not some cookie cutout, that some stereotype, some trope that you just placed upon them. It's like, oh, okay, you just act that way because of blah, 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 blah. No. I don't live in that world either. And so it is more to all of those situations. There's more nuance within it. And with all of that being said, that's why I say, and that's why I will continue to try to do any and everything that I can to be the best version of myself, and understand that the way I see things is definitely not the way that everybody sees things. I get it right sometime, and I get it right, or I get it wrong other times. And I just try to take those L's, take those times where it was a step too far, a bridge too far, a word too far, and not make that same mistake again, and not do that again, and understand why it was a mistake for whatever time it was, why it wasn't the thing to do for whatever time it was. So actually be aware, not duper aware of everything where it's just rabbit is, and you just scared to walk, and you just like walking around on eggshells and not happy to be yourself, or afraid to be yourself, or just wondering about upsetting peeps just because yourself. I'm not saying that either. That's a step too far, because you are who you are when it's all said and done. You are who you are when it's all said and done. But having a little bit of awareness, knowing when to say when, knowing how you can improve, knowing if you're improving, knowing whether or not you're becoming the best version of yourself, and then utilizing everything that you learn, utilizing all the input that you get, all the data that you've received from observation, from everyday life, and then having a simple understanding how other people operate that's not you, that's not like you, that has different values than you do, and just have a simple understanding about that. It can make you become a better version of yourself just by acknowledging that, just by understanding that. It's not moving mountains. It's not making a mountain into a molehill either. It's the simple, basic things, starting with that. Being you, understanding awareness, understanding empathy, and understanding that it's some things you just don't know. And just because you don't know it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It means that at some point, either you're open to knowing or understanding, or just gonna say, not my problem, don't care. It doesn't exist in my world. It doesn't exist in my world. And hopefully that's not that. Hopefully you ain't saying that. But anyway, thank you, Noob, that is, and Regs, of course. Be sure to check out the new, yes, improved website at xtra.vdgsports.com. That is xtra.vdgsports.com. This episode, as you know, not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, basically all things Vince. And I'm gonna catch up one day, 1 year, 1 decade, 1 century. Yeah, century. There's a YouTube as well. There is a YouTube. And guess what? Everything is there. Everything is there. Yeah, even this is there at YouTube for your listening pleasure, along with other things for your entertainment value. You can be entertained by a few seconds, a couple minutes, half an hour, half an hour. Yeah, it's all there. VDGsports.com. That is the website, but the YouTube is VDG Sports. Like, subscribe, share, basically do whatever it is you do there. Comment, interact, do whatever it is you do there. Except we don't do negativity or the pure hate, that is, pure chaos. It's okay if it's funny. If it ain't funny, don't bring it. Don't bring it. You got to come hard in the paint. You got to come hard in the paint. Noobs, this is where I say it's time to go. Regs, you know, I'm just going to say peace out.